Where's the button for this one? How do you even get into this car? Welcome back to Christina's Garage, Gearhead in Training. Today I'm at Route 40 Classics on Auburn Boulevard in Citrus Heights. They sell vintage, classic, and collector cars. Let's go inside and see what they have. Rich Newey is the owner of this shop, and it's really cool. He will buy cars, work on them here, and then sell them. They do some consignment, which is where I believe they sell for someone else. For the most part, he is working on these and selling them from here. Where's the button for this one? How do you even get into this car? This is so cool. Tim said this is his favorite out of all the ones that they have right now. But how do you come from the inside?
Might have a remote or something.
I went and talked to Rich. He said that when the window is closed, it has a little clicker. When it is open, he said you can pull up on the base part, not the actual dice, because he doesn't want that to, oh, there you go. And then it opens. Oh, let's look on the inside while I have it open. That interior is lovely. Look at that. Oh, I just realized it's a convertible too. I don't know why I didn't put that 2 and 2 together. Oh, and it matches the dice here. This is the shop that they work on all of the cars that they're going to sell here. They do not do outside, so if you come to him wanting work done in your vehicle, they don't do that. They're not that type of shop. They will work on the cars to make sure that they're good to sell. So that's actually a really nice feature when you want to buy a car. It's not just bought and then sold. They do the once over, they do work on it before selling it to you. So, Rich, you were talking about the history of this building and that it was an olive oil factory?
Yeah, so in 1930, somewhere in there, they built the building, and the olive factory opened up in 31. But it was Orsi olive oil factory, and that's what they did here, is pressed olive oil.
Is that kind of what caught your eye when you were seeing the building? Was the kind of
Well, I grew up in the area, so I've known this building forever, and it's been an antique store for 40 years prior to me, and it had different owners and things like that. But yeah, I've driven by this thing over and over and over the years. Thought, man, that would make a great hot rod shop, and then everything kind of fell into place when I started looking, and so it just we did that. We spent months and months cleaning it up and going through it and trying to turn it into what we wanted, built this office and things. And then it's just been a great feel, and I've collected automobilia as time has gone on to decorate the shop and make it into what it is now. So
it has a great vibe when you walk in, and when I was passing by, that's how I met Tim initially, and how I met you is because I was driving by.
Right.
You don't see, even restoration shops, they don't have the same feel on the outside. It looks like a more modern shop, and then you go in and see the vintage cars. I feel like when you come here, you're transported somewhere else, which I think it helps with giving people that nostalgia when they want to buy a vehicle. So when you're looking to buy these cars to fix them up and sell them, how do you usually do that?
Well, I try not to buy cars off of Marketplace or Craigslist or anything like that, because everybody's already seen them. I want them to come here and see a unique car, a car they haven't already seen for sale somewhere else. And so a lot of my cars we've built a reputation over the last 6 years we've been open, and people just call me and say, hey, I've got a car for sale, or sometimes they want to consign them, and I do that on a limited basis. And otherwise, sometimes I just buy them outright and then put them in the shop and fix what I need to fix, or change what I need to change to make it more saleable. And then get them ready and put them out in the showroom for sale. So
when you're talking about working on them in the shop, does it depend on the car itself, on how much you want to do on it and invest in it before selling?
It's just like it's just like buying real estate. I look at the car and think, okay, I need to fix this. I want to change the wheels and tires. I want to it needs a little bit of paint work, whatever it needs. Kind of make a list of what I want to get done to it, and then we check them off as we go and try to get it to. And there's always surprises. You think you got everything done, and then all of a sudden something breaks or whatever. But that's the classic car business.
When someone comes in here to buy a car from Route 40 Classics and from you, what is different from when they buy from you than when, you know, they go, as you said, like Marketplace, or there are probably other places that sell vintage cars as well. What makes you guys different?
Well, we go through them all and you know, check them out, make sure that all the lights work, all the, you know, that kind of thing. We make sure it's safe, check the brakes, you know, change the oil. We go through everything. We get the car up in the air and we look underneath it and see, you know, if there's any kind of rust or issues that need to be addressed. And then kind of just, you know, go through the car, make sure it's a good, safe car that I can sell, and take some of the mystery out of it for the buyer. And so that's one of the main reasons. And I don't finance myself, but I've got affiliated with 2 or 3 finance companies that'll finance cars as well. And then it's, you know, I can just, you know, do it that way and get an answer right away and you know, work it out that way.
If someone is looking for a specific car, specific year, because I've talked to a lot of people that are like, oh, this is the one I'm looking for. I'm like, go to Route 40 Classics. If they tell you what you're looking for or what they're looking for and you don't have it, do you look out for vehicles that people have already come to?
Yeah, I keep my eye out, but I don't actively spend my time going out trying to find that car somewhere with the idea that that's a possible sale, because I'm not going to buy the car unless I know it's a sale. And if it's from any distance away, that makes it pretty impractical. So, but I do keep a list of, you know, stuff that people are looking for and keep my eye out for it. Or if I find somebody that you know, and sometimes I'll just put them together and, you know, tell them, hey, you know, there's a car down here if you want to go look at it and that kind of thing.
So if you guys are looking for a vintage classic collector car, come to Route 40 Classics. You also have a website which you update with all the cars that are currently available.
Right.
And if you have any questions, just reach out.
Yeah, my website's also affiliated with carsforsale.com, which goes nationwide and worldwide actually. But so that's allowed me to sell cars all over the country. But we have, you know, lots of pictures, usually, you know, 30, 40, sometimes 60, 70 pictures, even underneath the car and stuff like that. So you can get a pretty good idea of what you're getting.
If you guys remember Tim, he had the Hot Rod Bug store that was essentially right around the corner. Now you're here.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool because if someone buys a car through Rich, you're literally sitting right next to him.
Yeah, and that happens.
And his wife Marlene, they both do the classic registration service.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys offer DMV. What is it specifically that you offer to be able to help people?
Like we do vehicle transfers and renewals, and if they buy something out of state, we do that too. Get them a new title in their name or whoever name they want it in.
And you guys do some other miscellaneous things too, right? So
Yeah.
if you're curious, if they can help you with non-vintage car stuff, is it they helped me with my trailer, just call you guys, right, to see if you can handle that.
Yeah, and we have license plates and stickers and DMV paper in stock.
Which is important, especially if you want the vintage stuff. And the regular DMV, they don't have a lot of that experience with vintage classic collector cars.
Yeah, you ask somebody there, they give you a different answer.
Thank you guys so much for joining me. This actually has been really cool to be able to share what Rich and Tim do here at Route 40 Classics. Right after my dad died, this is the first spot that I came by. I didn't know anybody within the industry. I didn't know anything about classic cars. And I kept driving by and decided to stop. I am so grateful that I did. How many years later, now that I've built a great relationship with them, and I will tell you personally that I trust both of them, that if you guys come to buy a car through them, they will take good care of you. They are honest and good people. So if you guys are looking for a classic vintage collector car, head over to Route 40 Classics in Citrus Heights. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe to my channel, set on your alerts so you can get notified when my next video drops, and I'll see you next week.